Welcome to another video on setting up your Intelitek machine. In this video, we'll walk through the process of installing a tool into the machine. Let's get started. Let's start off by discussing some of the tool holding components that we have. This is our tool holder, and this just happens to be an ISO 20 ER16. Well, that sounds fancy. The ISO 20 is just talking about the taper that's up here. That has to match the taper that's inside the spindle of our machine. The stud pole that's on the end here, well, that's what our pneumatic drawbar actually grabs onto and pulls into the machine. The ER16 is discussing or describing this end, and these are ER16 collets. So when it's an ER16, it has to do with a specific collet that fits into the end of it. And then you have a collet nut that will screw onto the end, and it will hold the collet in place. So all the tool holders that you have, they're not unique to each other. They're all the same. What makes them unique is the ER collets themselves. So let's go ahead and scoot this aside, and let's look at these ER collets. So if you take a look at the ER collets, the only thing that's really different between them is the diameter hole that's inside there. All these little cuts or splits, whatever you want to call them, in the collets themselves, that's what actually squeezes and holds onto the tool. So once I drop this into the tool holder and I put the nut on top of it, when I start tightening that nut down, all of this squeezes together and all these fingers collapse and hold on to our tool for us. So that's pretty cool. So this one just happens to be a 3/8, and it doesn't seem that these are identified themselves. So there's no identifying marks on there. I just happen to know that that one's a 3/8, and you have more 3/8 than you have anything else. I believe this one's an 1/8 inch, and I think this one's a 1/4. So you've got a whole variety of different collets to be able to pick from. So why do you have different size collets? Well, because you have different size tools. Not only do you have different size tools, but you also can have different size shanks. And the shank right now is the one thing that's most important. So if you take a look at these two tools, they both have different size diameter cutters. This is a 1/4 inch cutter and this is a 3/8 cutter. But they both have a 3/8 shank, so they both need a 3/8 collet. So if you take a look, you should be able to find the one that fits it, and it should just kind of fit a little bit snug. So it shouldn't be a loose collet. I can see that this one is the 1/4 and this one is my 1/4, so that should fit into there. Okay, so you have to make sure that the collet that you choose matches the shank of the tool that you have. Well, let's go ahead and start with this 3/8 end mill. So this 3/8 collet is the one I'm going to use. So the order that you put everything together is kind of important. So I'm actually going to take the collet nut, and if you really look down inside there, there's really kind of a small lip inside there that has to catch on here. Now I know there's a lot of people that just kind of drop these in and squeeze them together, and it kind of works, but that's not the whole goal of this nut. What's supposed to happen is as I start unscrewing this, this is going to snap in and it will pull these two apart. And that's what will help you get all of this apart so that you can change tools, do whatever you need to do. So you actually have to snap the collet into the collet nut. Okay, and then give it a good shake, and if it's correct and if it's holding, then it shouldn't come out. So that's the idea, is when you start unscrewing this, it will actually pull this out of this taper. Otherwise it kind of gets jammed down inside there. They won't be completely flush across the top, but if you see a large gap, then it may not be seated correctly. Okay, so I've got the collet inside the collet nut. I'll go ahead and start screwing the two together, but don't really start tightening down on it, because it'll already start compressing those fingers and then you won't be able to get the tool in. So I'll go ahead and take the tool itself, and it should go ahead and fit in. And I want to make sure, at least for right now, that I push it in as far as it will go, and then I'll go ahead and start doing the rest by hand. Okay, so as I start cutting, I want to make sure that those fingers are as tight as they can be on my tool. And that's where these two wrenches are going to come into play. So I've got the 19, and I have this special tool that's going to fit the crown of this collet nut. So this tool is going to lock onto place there. And then I've got my wrench, the 19, and those two should go together. And then I should be able to twist them away from each other. And then that has locked that tool on into the tool holder. So that's really all there is to installing a tool into a tool holder. All right, let's go ahead and go through one more example. So I'm going to do the 1/4 inch engraver because I'm going to use that in another one of my operations. So I'll go ahead and snap the collet into the collet nut. I'll go ahead and start screwing the two together. And I'll go ahead and start inserting the tool. Now, this one I'm not going to push all the way in because unfortunately it's such a short tool that it'll actually go too far into the tool holder itself. So that's good enough for what I want. And then I'll go ahead and take my wrench and put it onto the crown. And then I'll use my 19 to go ahead and snug it up. Okay, and again, as long as I don't have a big distance in there, then everything's probably set up right. Okay, so now that we have some tools into our tool holders, let's go over to the machine and see how you go ahead and insert a tool. Actually, installing the tools into the machine is probably the easiest part. All I have to do is take the tool and put it up into the spindle and press the drawbar. The drawbar will allow the tool to go up inside, and then it will grip that stud on the end and pull it up inside the machine. And then taking it out is just as easy. Make sure that you hold onto the tool so it doesn't drop, and press the button, and it'll let go. And that's all there is to changing a tool or installing a tool into your Intelitek machine.